Hey there, Clashers, welcome back. Today I want to talk about using Hog Riders at Town Hall 8. Now, Town Hall 8 is a great time to start learning Hog Riders, and Hogs are going to be something you can use all the way through to Town Hall 13. So it's a great thing to start practicing and start learning at Town Hall 8. Start getting basically the hang of the basics. And let's take a look at a couple of attacks, but first we'll take a look at this army here. And this is kind of my staple army. It's just a golem with some wizards and my king. That's going to be basically the little kill squad that I use. I did use wall breakers towards the end of these attacks, and I'll explain why there's wall breakers in this army but not my other armies later on. But yeah, I also have 3 heals for the hogs, and then I've got a poison, and you can take a poison in your CC, or you can take some other spell to help you out, like a freeze could be handy, maybe some skeletons for cleanup. Those are some good options. Maybe even some bats if you want to help get through some of the defenses. And you can see here that I don't have max donations in my clan castle, so I don't have max hogs, I don't have a max poison. And that's to kind of help basically bring it down a little bit to show that I'm not just trying to overpower the base with the max CC. But if you can get a max CC, I do highly recommend getting max troops, and that'll help you out tremendously. You could also get bowlers or something different if you want to put it with your golem and king. That would also work just fine. But let's take a look at some of these attacks and see how I did them. Okay, so let's pause this real quick before we get into it. When you do Hog Riders, the very first thing you want to do is lure the CC and make sure you can get that taken care of. So we're going to click on this base. This isn't the easiest lure on the base, but it is possible. You can see here, if you drop a couple of Hog Riders up at the archer towers, they will easily get that CC lure, and then you can pull them down. I'm going to send my little kill squad in down at the south because there are 2 splash towers down there. So we have the bomb tower and the wizard tower that could potentially go down to the wizards, golem, and king. So I'm going to bring that all down there. Let's go ahead and hit play. We'll see the CC lure. And you don't want to necessarily go for the enemy king with your kill squad. I've seen people recommend that, but the enemy king is not going to be an issue for your hogs unless you're running low on hogs when they get to the king. And if you're running low on hogs, you've done something wrong anyway, so you have to kind of go back and look at what you're doing. But the king's not an issue, so don't worry about that. Try to get splash towers down with your kill squad. The more you can get down, the better. So you see I found a giant bomb there. It actually took out some of my wizards, so that wizard tower is going to stay up. I send the Hog Riders in while the golem is still alive, so that the golem is actually tanking the wizard tower, and then the hogs can move through. I did get a bit of a split here, which was unfortunate, but I'm going to heal. And remember, you want to heal where the hogs are going, not where the hogs are at. So I'm going to need another heal over here. And if you heal where the hogs are at, they're going to hop out of the heal, and you're not going to get as much out of it. So you want to try and make sure you're dropping the heals where the hogs are headed. So I've got 1 heal left. The hogs are starting to come together here on the back end. And I actually don't have any splash towers left, and I've got a lot of Hog Riders, so I don't even need that last heal spell. I'm not even going to drop it, and as you can see, let me slow that back down. I do have a lot of cleanup still to go. I started dropping those wizards as the hogs are moving through. Another thing you don't want to do is wait until your hogs are completely done with the defenses and then start dropping your wizards, because if you do that, you're much more likely to have a time fail. So let's speed up the cleanup here, smash through the base. I have a lot of hogs left going back through and cleanup. Wizards are still kind of working through. They're going to take down the enemy king, and that is a wrap on that one. Okay, looking at this base real quick, you can see there's the clan castle right there, so you don't have to worry about luring the CC unless you were to try and start somewhere else. But you've got a couple of wizard towers over here, you've got the bomb tower, so it doesn't hurt to try and start over here. But what you don't want to do is try and start your golem over here to tank this bomb tower, because the golem's going to go all the way up here to that mortar. So it's better just to start the golem on the mortar here, because it's much more predictable. You know where it's going to go, and you can make sure that CC gets taken down instead of spread out. So let's go ahead and hit play here. You'll see the golem's going to go down. I also pre-drop the poison, so if you're going right up against the CC like that, you can pre-drop the poison, and it's pretty effective that way. So there comes the king, here come a couple of wizards, and they're going to work through all that. So all of the CC is down very quickly, and we even got a pull on a skeleton drop there. So the king's going to work through some buildings, the golem's going to tank, And I'm going to go ahead and send in the hogs here really soon. I'm trying to kind of watch where the king's going, figure out where I need to send the hogs. So it looks like the king's headed up this way, so I'm going to start the hogs and work them around the base in kind of his direction. That's going to keep the king alive, and he's not going to need to use his ability. So I can have that later on for cleanup. But I did drop the 2 heals here. Since the hogs are so spread out, unfortunately, I had to drop the 2 heals at the same time. That's not really ideal, but in cases like this, it works. Now they're going to move into that wizard tower. I dropped the last heal spell. There are no more splash buildings, but I kind of expected the giant bombs because there's a lot of empty space right there. So they get through the giant bombs, not a problem. I did use all my heals this time. I'm dropping my wizards in, and that is a very quick smash on this base. All they've got left is the air sweeper and the cannon over here, and the rest is all cleanup, so we will speed this up. And then if you've got your king's ability left over, you can just hit that, and it helps to speed up the cleanup process as well. Okay, so here's the last base, and this one I decided to drop 2 of my wizards and put the wall breakers into the camps. So we can click on the CC here, and you can look at it, and there's not really anywhere you can just drop some hogs and get the CC lured out. So I knew that I would have to go basically into one of the compartments, and it looks like you could drop some hogs here on that mortar and it would lure the CC, and I actually tried it, and for whatever reason it didn't work. So instead I decided I would break my little kill squad into this compartment. That way I could try to get the CC, I can try to get the wizard tower and the bomb tower with the kill squad. So let's go ahead and hit play and see how this works out. So first I drop the golem, and that's going to tank for the wall breakers. But you don't want to drop your wall breakers where the golem's at, because he's taking splash damage, which will hit your wall breakers and cause them to fail. Drop 1 wall breaker to check for a mini bomb, and then drop the rest in. I think I brought 4, so 3 wall breakers opened up the wall easily, and now everything can start heading into the base. A couple of wizards in behind the king, that's going to help push him into the compartment. And then I'm going to drop the poison spell for the CC. And then this is also a good example of why I like to bring 2 poison spells. It seems kind of pointless, but let's go ahead and pause it real quick. There's something I want to make a note about for the poison spells. If you have a bunch of skelly traps set to ground on the base, it's good to have a backup poison spell to deal with those. Or if you have something like this where the clan castle actually splits, you have to get that witch down. So I dropped the second poison spell, make sure the witch goes down. Now the hogs can start coming in. Unfortunately, the kill squad did not get that bomb tower down, but that's not a problem. Drop the heal right there. They're going to work through the bomb tower and the wizard tower under the heal. Rest of the hogs are coming in. And real quick on the deployment as well, I'm dropping them basically a couple of small groups for each defense, and they're all going to group up together right around here, and they're going to work in a predictable direction through the rest of the base. So we did have some split off here, which was a little unfortunate, but they triggered some bombs over there, so not a big deal. But if you have a small group split off like that, you don't want to waste a heal spell trying to keep them alive. You just kind of let them go. So we got 1 last heal spell to go. We do have the main group of hogs moving through now, and it looks like we had a double giant bomb right there go off, which is perfect. It means the hogs don't need to worry about it. They're going to work through the last few defenses here, and then I'm going to heal going into that last wizard tower. So they're going to work through that cannon. I don't know if there are any other bombs. I'm pretty sure I triggered all the giant bombs at this point, so I don't have to really worry about that. Heal going into the wizard tower. Of course, while the hogs were going around, wizards came down, so they're already working on cleanup. And once again, this base is smashed. Enemy king, not a problem at all. And that is how you triple with Hog Riders at Town Hall 8. So before I wrap up this video, I actually can do 1 or 2 war attacks. I started a war, I never did anything with it. And we've got 4 Town Hall 8s here. I'm sure the top 2 are the only ones that are really worth hitting. The other 2 are probably not maxed or not even close to max. But we have this army here. I don't think I'll need the wall breakers. Let me put those into train and we'll double check, see what this base looks like. Okay, so we got some sort of like boxy base here. I could lure the CC pretty easily, and then send my kill squad in for that bomb tower. and then kind of work my hogs around the outside like that. So yeah, let's get rid of the wall breakers. Kill squad hogs will get a lot more, I want to say complicated, but you'll have more to work with at like Town Hall 9 and up, of course. So then we'll have a wall breaker as a staple, but for now, it's not really necessary. So we got that. Let's go in on this attack and get a triple and a war attack. I have no idea what's in the CC, so that's part of the fun. We got Balloon and Dragon. That's very predictable, actually. Incredibly common CC at Town Hall 8. So we'll drop the poison there. Ooh, double giant bomb on the outside. That's really nice. Get some wizards down. Keep an eye on that dragon. I might have to use the other poison. And get one more wizard. I'm going to keep the rest of the wizards. Let's see. Make sure that dragon goes down. Yep, it goes down. Okay, let's get these guys going. Hit the king's ability. I know they introduced auto ability, but whenever you can avoid using it, it's better to not use the auto ability. Alright, so they're going to be moving into this wizard tower, so we'll heal right there. Alright, they're working around the top. They're split up more than I would like. Let's go ahead and drop that poison. That's going to slow down the king and kill off those skellies. We'll heal into that wizard tower, and I need to get wizards down. One thing to also take a note of is avoid placing your wizards where the enemy king is going to reach them, because those you don't want getting taken out by the enemy king. But that's looking like a wrap on this base. I got a lot of hogs still alive. I've got my wizards around, but you can see over here, I probably should have dropped those wizards over here instead. Kind of a rookie mistake there, because they're not going to be able to take out the king. But I've got plenty of hogs moving in. They're going to take care of the king now. I've got, what, one wizard left? So I did lose all my cleanup, but I've got over a minute left in this attack. I'm going to go ahead and speed it up, and we will see it at the end. And it's as easy as that. So of course, like anything else, the biggest thing is just getting the practice in. And just work on the basics that I mentioned through this video, and you will be smashing bases like that in no time with Hog Riders. And then of course you can use these to improve upon as you move up to Town Hall 9, Town Hall 10, and so on. So next video is going to be looking at dragon attacks for Town Hall 8, because that's another option you have for a war attack. And then after that, I believe it'll be time to move on to Town Hall 9. We got a lot to work on at Town Hall 9, so I'm excited to get there and get that going. But that's going to be it for this. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments below. If you liked it, be sure to hit that thumbs up. And if you want to see more, be sure to click that subscribe button. I do appreciate the support. Thank you guys for stopping by. I'll see you all next time.